words, dating has not helped them to grow, find a mate, or become a more spiritual person. So it makes sense to kiss it goodbye. And we empathize with this pain, as we have seen over the years working with many singles and being single for a long time ourselves. Both of us were well into our 30s before we married. Dating can cause a lot of hurt and suffering. Many people become disillusioned in the process, and they feel like they do not know how to make it work. They experience heartbreak. They repeatedly pick the wrong type. They can't find the right type, or they find the right type and they don't like him or her as much as the wrong type. They have trouble integrating their spiritual life into dating, and they question what to do with physical attraction and moral limits, as well as wonder when to move from casual dating to a more significant relationship. For many people, the pain and suffering of dating becomes too much, and they are ready for an alternative. And out of this motivation, we concur with the followers of the no dating movement and its proponents. The pain of dating is not worth it if it does not lead to anything good. We understand Mr. Harris's motive for writing this book, but we disagree with his conclusion. While we agree that the hurt must stop, we don't think that dating is the problem. We think people are. In the same way that cars don't kill people, drunk drivers do, dating does not hurt people, but dating in out-of-control ways does. Paul's advice to the Colossians is sound. Since you died with Christ to the basic principles of this world, why, as though you still belong to it, do you submit to its rules? Do not handle, do not taste, do not touch. These are all destined to perish with use, because they are based on human commands and teachings. Such regulations indeed have an appearance of wisdom, with their self-imposed worship, their false humility, and their harsh treatment of the body, but they lack any value in restraining sensual indulgence. Colossians 2:20-23. Paul cautioned the Colossians that making rules and abstaining from certain practices would never develop the maturity they needed to live life. Human problems are matters of the heart, the soul, one's orientation toward God, and a whole host of other maturity issues. As Paul says, avoiding certain things you could engage in destructively does not cure your basic problem of immaturity, which is internal, not external. You may be immature and not able to handle dating, so you abstain from dating. But unless you do something to grow up, you will still be immature, and you will take that immaturity right into marriage. Avoiding dating isn't the way to cure the problems encountered in dating. The cure is the same as the Bible's cure for all of life's problems, and that is spiritual growth leading to maturity. Learning how to love, follow God, be honest and responsible, treat others as you would want to be treated, develop self-control, and build a fulfilling life will ensure better dating. Before we tell you in this book how to date well, we want to point out some reasons why we think you shouldn't kiss dating goodbye, and some more reasons why we think dating can be great. In his book in the chapter, The 7 Habits of Highly Defective Dating, Joshua Harris talks about the following negative tendencies of dating. 1. Dating leads to intimacy but not necessarily to commitment. 2. Dating tends to skip the friendship stage of a relationship. 3. Dating often mistakes a physical relationship for love. 4. Dating often isolates a couple from other vital relationships. 5. Dating, in many cases, distracts young adults from their primary responsibility of preparing for the future. 6. Dating can cause discontentment with God's gift of singleness. And 7. Dating creates an artificial environment for evaluating another person's character. All of these problem scenarios are created by people and the way that they date. Throughout the rest of this book, we will address each one of these by looking at the lack of appropriate structure within, among other things, a person's character, support system, values, and relationship with God. In other words, a lack of boundaries.